Italy begs Niger junta not to kick its military out. This is B4 World News. The Italian government has urged the Niger junta, thus headed by General Abdurrahman Tiani, not to kick its troops out of Niger as it did to France and the Americans just months after coming into power. As it reviews all military agreements that were signed by the previous administrations, leading to the establishment of so many foreign military bases in the Sahel country. We say this because close to 2 weeks after the Niger junta concealing the agreement that approves the establishment of the United States military base, as well as legalizing the presence of U.S. troops and civilian employees of the Department of Defense within its territory. The Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has sent her special envoy to Niger with the message that Italy would like to maintain its military and bilateral cooperations with Niger. The European country, which objected and heavily differed with France on the deployment of ECOWAS troops to Niger at the time where ECOWAS, which was being backed by France, threatened to do so, has expressed its desire to strengthen its ties with Niger as the Americans and the France leaves.
Oh, interesting days ahead. If you are an African, you need to be proud of these leaders. So that is Italian delegation in Burkina, not in Burkina Faso, but in Niger, asking the military junta to allow them to continue to stay in Africa. And I'm told the Americans are also doing the same thing. I'll show you the video. It is very interesting. It is interesting days for Africa. We never thought we could live to see this day where European colonial criminals will be coming to Africa, begging us to allow them to stay. You know, they will put aside their ego. The other day, the other guy was saying they should put back their colonial hat and come back to colonize us. No, he's saying that because of some particular group of leaders that we have, the puppet ones. But with quality leaders like Traore, with quality leaders like Chiani, with quality leaders like Asui Gueta, we don't need nobody to come back to colonize us, because we are men and women, and these leaders have shown us that leadership. It is all about leadership. Imagine Italy is in Africa begging to stay. America is having secret meetings begging to stay. Because of quality leadership. If it was to be in some countries, I wouldn't mention any name, they'll be threatening them. They'll be giving them threat and then telling them, we will do you this if you don't. We will not give you aid. We will not give you money. You will lose this. No IMF money. No World Bank money. Captain Traore don't care about your World Bank money, because he know he has more than whatever World Bank can give him. General Chiani don't care about your IMF money, because he know what Niger has. You don't have it. He know you need him more than he needs you. And we keep saying, we keep telling our African leaders, they need us more than we need them. That is a fact. They cannot survive without you. So how do you allow them to turn it to make it look like you without them you cannot survive? And that is exactly the strategy the Americans have been using. Look at what they were trying to do in Niger with the arrogance, trying to dictate to them, to tell them, we don't want you to have partnership with Russia. We don't want you to do this. If you do this, then try to make it look like they are doing you a favor with their military base in your country. And then now that you ask them to leave, they are now begging to stay. That is how it is when you have good and quality leadership. And then we thank God for giving us these leaders in those three countries. And then what is it about? How come the other leader in Guinea, he seems to be Domboya, he seems to be quiet. We are not hearing from him. Please let me know what you think about him, because he seems to be quiet. He's not joining these great guys who are standing up for Africa. But anyway, I thank you very much for coming around. I am your missionary brother Dobia Anzanse. Please, if you haven't joined our mission yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Facebook, One African Mission. Take time out of your busy schedules and support us. It is not easy. We intend to visit the 54 states in Africa. It is not an easy thing. You know it. We've been to Ethiopia. We've been to some part of Kenya, Ghana, and then we intend to visit other states in Africa. It is a very difficult task, but as missionaries, we know it wasn't easy for the European colonial missionaries to come and colonize our people mentally. It wasn't easy for them, but they took the sacrifice. We are also determined to take that sacrifice to go to those 54 states in Africa and then decolonize the minds of the youth, so that the youth will see the need for us to unite. Some people are saying unity is not, no, it's not possible. And then we appreciate their point of view. But our dignity only lies on our unity. With unity, we can gain back our dignity. So please support us. Let us all together fight for a united Africa. You can only support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel and also share what we are doing. If you appreciate what we are doing, subscribe, share. Let other people also see, because we've been told that by subscribing and sharing, passing your comments, YouTube, Facebook, and then TikTok will open it up for other people to see. So if you appreciate what we are doing, please take time out of your busy schedules and support us. Yes, so let us go watch the videos, come back and analyze it.
For Niger, as it became the first African nation to halt military cooperation with the United States, a global superpower, a move unprecedented in the region's history. As we highlighted in our previous segment, the military regimes in the Sahel region are reshaping African geopolitics. The suspension of military ties with the U.S. signifies that American troops, personnel, and their base in Agadez, Niger, are no longer accepted. However, recent reports reveal that despite Niger's decision, the United States is reluctant to withdraw. American officials have engaged in confidential discussions with Niger's military leadership to explore options for maintaining some level of security presence in the country. Simply put, the United States is now appealing to Niger to reconsider its stance and permit them to remain. According to a U.S. official, both parties are considering conditions under which American military presence could persist, albeit likely reduced. The pivotal question remains: will Niger's military government heed the U.S. pleas and allow their troops and base to stay, or will they issue an official directive for their departure? Currently, the outcome remains uncertain until the conclusion of their confidential discussions and the release of an official statement. Nonetheless, it's intriguing how the dynamics have shifted. Just before Niger suspended military cooperation, U.S. officials arrived with an air of superiority, demanding Niger reassess its ties with Russia if they wish to maintain cooperation.
As well, having secret meetings with the leadership, the military junta in Niger, asking them to allow them to stay. And this time around, it is going to be on mutual respect. It is going to be on your interest, win-win cooperation, your interest and my interest. But first of all, we can never trust these Europeans, these Americans. We can never trust them. We can never trust them. But at least this has shown that if you have good leadership who are ready to stand, to sacrifice for their country, then you have dignity. You have respect from these people, because that is how the European is. We meet them individually on our daily basis. If you meet a European person, first of all, he tries to undermine your intelligence. That is how they are. If you see you as an African, as a black man, he first of all tries to undermine your intelligence. And if he see that, no, you are not somebody to be joked with, then he will now come back and then make it look like, no, then you can negotiate whatever you want to negotiate, whatever business you want to do, you can negotiate 50-50. But first, if you meet a European, he wants to cheat you. And that is exactly what they have been doing to Africa. As I'm saying, imagine if this was to be in Ghana, if this was to be in Ghana, they'll be threatening Ghana. If it was to be Zambia, telling them to take their military base out, they'll be threatening you, because they know maybe they are holding your leadership. If it was to be in Kenya, in other African countries, they'll be threatening you. But these people say, no, we don't care about your threat. You must respect our sovereignty or get out. And they try to bully them. They say, no, we don't care, get out. And now they are back begging. Ghana, you can do the same thing. Zambia, you can do the same thing. Kenya, you can do the same thing. Malawi, you can do the same thing. Egypt, you can do the same thing. South Africa, you can do the same thing. All of us, the 54 states in Africa, we can do same. If we all stand up and say enough is enough, they will respect us. If we all stand up and say enough is enough, these Europeans will respect us. And then we will gain back our dignity, as we keep saying, as we are crying for. But we thank these leaders, Captain Chiani. We thank Captain Ibrahim Traore, General Chiani, Captain Ibrahim Traore, and then Assimi Goïta. I've been told that they are planning to appoint a leader among the three of them. You see, that is what we have been crying for. They are trying to form a federation where they will have a leader, president among them. The rest of the two will become governors in their respective countries. That is how the United Africa will start. Senegal will join, and then maybe South Africa will join, and then eventually those other states will start to join. America didn't just become United States of America with 50 states. They started somewhere, other states joined, and today they are the most powerful country in the world. So if we can also start with these three states, then others will join, and eventually Africa will become one. But yes, let me know what you think about the decision of General Chiani. Do you think he should allow these people to stay? Do you think he should allow America to come back or to stay, or Italy to continue to stay? Should he give these Europeans the chance to continue to remain in his country? Have they been able to do what they promised to do? The last time when American Congress asked the so-called African military command commander about what they are doing, their interest in Africa, he said,
You tell the American taxpayer, why are we there? Why are we spending the money we're spending there?
Thanks for the question, Senator. For access and influence, I'd say that a number of countries are at the tipping point of actually being captured by the Russian Federation, as they are spreading some.
In the Sahel, he said they are there for their own interest, for their power to counter Russia. They are not there for the interests of Africa. What an insult. They are not there for the interests of Africa. They are not there to fight any terrorists. They are there for their own interests. Now we have realized that, and then we shouldn't trust them. But as I said, let me know on the comment section your opinion. Must General Chiani leave, allow the Americans to continue to stay? Do you think we really need them? And if not, then what should he do? But in my opinion, for me, I don't think they can ever be trusted. They can never be trusted. But anyway, let me know what you think about that. I thank you very much for coming around. I am your missionary brother Dobia Anzanse. Please subscribe, share, and then let us all together fight for the unification of Africa. That is where our dignity lies. A united Africa will give us a dignified Africa. Thank you very much.